I'm going to maintain my innocence as the black God I am, the divine being. If you would have read the police report correctly, I'm the victim. White people can just come to black people's house and try to run them over. Yeah, so yeah, I got a lot of anger.
Welcome to Solving Citizen Legal Encounters. Hope everybody had a great day. We're here to have some fun tonight. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do. So as you see, we have that guy, Lawrence Buckner, who was recently in court. So it's going to be all about him tonight. So this guy, he starts off sovereign, but in these other cases, I just want you to observe his attitude. But first, I want to say hi to everybody that's coming in. Hit the like button when you can. Yeah. Let's get going and have some fun, okay? So we're going to get this video started right now. And unfortunately, I'm not on the wall on the TV screen tonight, but I'll fix that on another video. All right, let's go. Okay, as I normally do, here's all of the charges for this guy, okay? The most current charge was, as you see, March 21st, where he got a destruction of property charge from 1,000 to up to 20,000. Of course, I don't know what that is, but he has all these previous charges and all of this stuff that's going on. So as you can see back from October 2024, telecommunications, assault and battery, malicious destruction of property, $200 to $1,000, and the list goes on and on. So I wanted to go over this so you'll know, because there's multiple hearings in this. Now we can get into the video, okay? All right. Oh, one more thing. This first video is pre-recorded because I already did it, but I wanted to add everything to give you one whole bundle as I normally do. Now let's go.
The court will call the matters of the state of Michigan versus Lawrence Buckner, case number 25S-00103, as well as 25S-00102.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Good morning, man. Please, this Honorable Court, Kareem Johnson, on behalf of Mr. Buckner.
Thank you.
Mr. Johnson, are you representing Mr. Buckner in both matters or just the 103?
Pardon me?
Are you representing Mr. Buckner in the 103 matter as well, or just the and the 102 one?
I believe just the 102 one, but I can.
I think it would be the 103 one you have.
Okay.
He's just representing him on the 103. That's the only withdrawal that I have and the only withdrawal that I've signed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Public Defender Davy Lebo for Mr. Buckner in the 25S and the 25S 102 matter.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence Buckner. Can you please state your name? Good morning, Mr. Buckner. You're muted still, Mr. Buckner.
While he's muted, I got to do one shout out real quick. Colin is in here, so everybody can say hello to Colin. Appreciate you coming through. Okay, now let's go.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, good morning, Judge Washington. For the record, my name is Lawrence of the family of Buckner.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Buckner.
Grand Rising.
All right. We're hearing two pre-trials today.
So the 102 matter, I'd like to request an adjournment in order to review the discovery and some case law.
No, I think no. We're going forward with everything.
Mr. Johnson, what is your request?
Your Honor, I was appointed to this matter late Friday, but I've heard the wishes of my client. I likewise do not have discovery, but if he wants to proceed going forward, I asked the court set this matter for final pretrial and the trial date.
So just so you know, Counselor Johnson, is once this gets set for the final settlement conference, which would mean it's going to trial, there is no plea offer. Negotiations are done. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you're setting that for the final settlement conference.
Mr. Buckner, are you okay with that?
Yeah, and I also want to. I'm well aware of. I'm glad you said that. That if he go ahead and go forward, that there will be no plea offer, and at this point, I'm going to maintain my innocence as the black God I am, the divine being. So whatever the cause be, I'm going to accept all the consequences, standing 10 toes down. I'm tired of being discriminated against because of my color. Maybe if you would have read the police report correctly, I'm the victim. This is a travesty of justice. I've never seen somebody come to somebody's home and try to run them over with a vehicle and then they go to jail. Yeah, so I'm ready to go to trial. I'm really ready to go to trial. Because what? White people can just come to black people's house and try to run them over, and then yeah. So yeah, I got a lot of anger.
Mr. Buckner, just
because of this.
relax for me, Mr. Buckner. Relax for me, okay?
Black Lives Matter.
Now, he did not have to do all that in court. Okay, that was unnecessary. But hold on a second, y'all. I got to say something real fast. Excuse me. Mel, are you seriously watching me from a cruise ship in the mid-Atlantic? That's dedication. I really appreciate that. I got to shout that out. I hope you had fun too. Okay? Thank you.
We're going to handle this in the appropriate form. That's not today.
See right here. See, nobody called me. See, nobody called me. See, I'm going to tell you something, man.
All right. Mr. Lebo, what is it your plan to do with your case? He does not want to have an adjournment in this.
Your Honor, certainly I would do whatever Mr. Buckner is requesting. I am not 100% sure what Mr. Buckner is requesting at this point.
He wants to move forward with his trial rights, is what he has said.
My understanding is Mr. Buckner doesn't understand that he'd be giving up any potential plea offers in this case, so we would be moving forward to final settlement.
Clear. He's made that very clear.
And Judge, just to be certain, so on 102, that's Lebo's case, is that correct?
Yes.
And you've already gotten discovery, so I just need to send discovery to Counselor Johnson. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Final settlement in both of these matters, April 25th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. with jury selection being on May 2nd, 2025 at 8:30 a.m.
He's still muted.
Bond will continue in both cases.
Your Honor, is the April 25th date via Zoom?
Yes, April 25th is via Zoom, and jury selection on May 2nd is in person.
Thank you. And Your Honor, may I please have a breakout room, Mr. Buckner and co-counsel if he wishes to join?
That would certainly be fine with me, Your Honor.
Okay. Now you see how angry he is in this hearing, okay? But hold on, I got something else to throw up here. Al Marks, watching at 3 a.m. in the Mediterranean? I must be special if you're up in the middle of the night or you work a night shift. I appreciate that too. Okay, so the next hearing, as you see the date there, is from 2021. He's not saying anything that's sovereign, but just showing you the same consistent attitude that he has, right? Because I'm going to bring you back up to speed. Now, I started to put this in black and white just for the joke because it's an old hearing, but I didn't do that. So we're going to go ahead and go to this one, and I just want you to see how he acts in here because, he loves the mute button. You'll see why.
State of Michigan versus Lawrence Buckner, 21S00203.
Sarah Lundberg on behalf of the people.
Andrew Bannisworth on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Your Honor, I'm sorry I wasn't able to reach Mr. Buckner at the contact information I have for him, but he is here today. Mr. Buckner, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir. My notes show that we had a bench trial on June 29th and he was not present. So I don't know why. Mr. Buckner, do you know why you weren't in court on June 29th?
Yeah, I had problems with my Wi-Fi at my house. I called the court, but I was actually trying to get in the meeting, and all my stuff was messed up. It was storming. Everything was messed up around my house. Cell phone, everything. I was on the phone with the court, but it is,
Well, Mr. Buckner, that was a day and time that was scheduled for trial. I hear you say you were on the phone with the court. The court didn't receive a message from anybody in the clerk's office that day.
Yeah, I called because I actually got in an argument with one of the people on the phone. That's how I know they're gonna remember me. I got in an argument.
And so you were being difficult that day?
Yes, ma'am. I was being very difficult because I was trying to get to you. So they will remember me. They will definitely remember me, ma'am.
That's the thing. You're always honest, Mr. Buckner. All right. Mr. Bannis and Ms. Willingbring, do we want to schedule another non-jury trial date?
Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Buckner, just so you know, I don't know if you can see the chat, but I guess the phone number I have for you is not good, but I put my cell phone and my email in the chat.
Whatever. My number is good. I never received one phone call from you. I called the court. I called the courthouse. So, and you evidently you didn't get the message, and my phone records show that I didn't receive nothing from you. I didn't even see the text message, nothing.
Mr. Buckner,
I never even heard from you. I haven't heard from you since the last time we talked. You have not even attempted to contact me in any way, form, or fashion. So, I'm not going to sit up and allow you to do this to me.
Sir, look, you're my client. I work for you. I don't work for the court or anyone else. I can show you all the dates I've tried to.
Listen, man. I called the court too.
Stop. Everybody stop.
No, we ain't gonna do this.
Please, Mr. Buckner.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Ms. This my case is supposed to be dismissed.
Mr. Buckner, I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I want to fire him. I don't want him no more. I want to fire him. Okay. He ain't try to talk to me. He ain't contact me. I want to fire him. He lying.
Your Honor, I'll just say one thing.
1 second, please.
Yes, ma'am.
The record should reflect that I muted Mr. Buckner because he would not follow the court's instructions to stop talking. So he has been muted. Mr. Buckner, I'm gonna advise you very clearly that you need to follow my instructions. If I say stop talking, that means stop talking. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but you may have to be held in contempt of court. Contempt of court is an additional penalty on top of anything else. So please stop talking when I ask you to. It is not appropriate for this type of argument to occur on the record. You're muted, so I can't hear what you're saying. If you want to talk to me, you need to first acknowledge that you will stop talking when I ask you to. And so you can do that by nodding. Is that a yes? Now you may unmute yourself.
Okay. All right. He's fired.
Well, so first of all, Mr. Buckner,
he's fired.
You're still talking. Do you want to be held in contempt?
No, I don't want to be held in contempt. I just want him not to be my lawyer no more.
I heard what you said, so you need to stop talking like I asked you.
Uh-oh.
So first of all, Mr. Buckner, he's court appointed. If you want to have a different attorney, then what you can do is you can hire your own attorney. This is a court appointed attorney. You don't get to choose who your court appointed attorney is.
Well,
Stop. I'm still talking. Please don't interrupt me. You haven't even had an opportunity to try to establish a relationship with Mr. Bannis. And secondly, Mr. Bannis does not work for the court. So you can't call the court and expect to speak to Mr. Bannis. Mr. Bannis works for the public defender's office. You have to call the public defender's office. Now, what would you like to say?
This is what I would like to say. that lying individual ain't trying to contact me. I have a cell phone that works every day. Okay. So he has not contacted me one time. Okay. I have not received nothing from him. I ain't seen no type of not even a physical notification. So if you couldn't get in touch with my phone, no letter, nothing, email, has an email, everything. So there's no email or nothing. Okay, but then I get this third degree about me trying to not establish. How can I establish something or some type of communication with somebody who has not tried to establish something with me? So make it make sense, Ms. Washington.
Mr. Buckner, first of all, you two haven't talked, is what I said. So the bottom line is, you don't know whether or not he has the correct phone number for you or not. You didn't even allow that conversation to occur.
You know, he never cared to ask about nothing, Miss Washington.
You haven't had a chance to go into a room. If he doesn't have your number, how can he ask you about anything? He's trying to give you the communication to get in contact with him.
He's trying to give me the communication at the last moment. And you sit up here chastising me. And he ain't even trying to contact me.
You're talking over me again.
You asked me a question. You asked me a
No,
question.
I didn't. Now, you already answered that. And I'm telling you some other additional information. And I'm not going to continue to argue with you.
It's not an argument. I'm not arguing with you, man. You know, I just don't feel comfortable with this man representing me. I don't at all.
That's funny. He feels that way, but he hasn't even talked to him. And it's just another excuse just to delay whatever he had going on back then.
I really don't. You know, I don't know what else to tell you.
Mr. Buckner.
Did y'all hear that with the dog? Now, just for the record, okay? We on record? That dog is not here. That dog is in that background. It sounds like somebody just kicked that dog too.
Huh?
Do you want to hire your own attorney?
How can I hire my own attorney when he already in violation of ineffective assistance counsel? He's already in violation. Right there.
Do you want to hire your own attorney? If not, I'm scheduling for another non-jury trial.
This stuff is crazy. He hasn't reached out to me, Ms. Washington. I live at 685. I have not received no mail.
What does that have to do with today? You didn't show up for your hearing.
No.
I'm trying to ask you something very simple. It doesn't get dismissed today. This is a pre-trial. It gets dismissed at a non-jury trial date, which you weren't there. So my question to you is, do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to schedule for another non-jury trial? Because that's where we are.
All right.
Which one is it?
Just schedule for non-jury. I'm so sick of this, man. All these white people don't care about nobody, man.
See, he said that in the current hearing that we already saw. That's the first thing he want to go to when something's wrong or it doesn't go his way. Like Aqua Queen said, he needs a pacifier.
Mr. Buckner, please behave appropriately. Please.
Can't work. Look.
So, Your Honor, I think maybe I can say something that might help Mr. Buckner or not. The good news is that I have two different phone numbers for him. Neither of those appear to be the correct number. I have also sent him emails to the email address that apparently he gave to our arraignment attorney. So if that's not the right email address and that's not the right phone numbers, that's the only thing I can think of why he's not hearing from me.
What's your numbers? What numbers you have?
Okay, he was going to say the numbers and she cut the feed. So that was the end of that. But see the attitude, see how angry he is, see how angry he was in the other one. Well, now we're going to his next hearing that just occurred on March 23rd. Okay, he was arrested. Again, you saw the charge in the beginning, huh? So you know what's going on with him. So now we're going to see how he acts. Some of you may have seen it, but the ones who haven't, oh yeah, this is going to be a nice one right here. Okay, y'all ready? Let's go.
Mr. Buckner, I'll be with you in just a second.
For those of you who don't know, they want to spoil it until he did it. He's praying right now, okay? And it's going to get serious. Matter of fact, we should bow our heads with him.
This is David. Our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, the glory, forever, ever. Amen. Most gracious Heavenly Father, today I am being brought before the court for defending my life. Father Yahweh, I don't understand what is going on, how I was shot at and assaulted, and I ended up in jail. I don't understand how.
Mr. Buckner, Mr. Buckner, I really don't mean to interrupt, but you're being recorded. We're on the record.
This needs to be on the record, and you know.
Mr. Buckner, this is Magistrate Garden, just reminding you, you can continue with your prayer, but anything that you say can and will be used against you will be with you in just a minute.
And thank you, ma'am. Father Yahweh, I have said everything, and you said that the truth will set you free. Father Yahweh, in front of the whole Washtenaw County, everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, I have been incarcerated for getting shot at and assaulted. Washtenaw Sheriff's Department did not take no statements from nobody. They locked me up. I am locked up for malicious destruction of property after being shot at. A convicted felon was allowed to shoot at me in broad daylight. I want everybody to know that because I said I didn't want to be a snitch, I said I didn't want my name on no paperwork, all my family and friends made statements, and none of my families and friends' statements were accounted for. I am in jail after being shot at and assaulted. Okay, there is no justice for the black man in Washtenaw County. There were ring cameras that were offered to the police. There were multiple victim statements, multiple eyewitness statements, and I'm the one in jail. But I was the one that was shot at and assaulted. So this goes to show everybody, you better give your life to God, because when you're not living for God, there's no rules in the devil's playground.
Hold up. I didn't want to interrupt this prayer, but you seen the charges in the beginning. You seen his other hearings. This is just a new play on trying to do something else, because when he goes back to Judge Washington, I'm sure that sovereign citizen is going to come back out. So it's just a new approach. Let's just finish listening to his prayer.
So I want everybody to witness today that Lawrence Edward Buckner Jr., who has been a stand-up guy for all his life, who never wanted to snitch, never wanted to be on no paperwork, you know, this is what it gets you right here, okay? And I pray to the God of my understanding, I don't care who talks about me through Washtenaw County, the truth is I am a victim. I was shot at, I was assaulted, and I'm in jail. And there is no way to tell me that there's anything to justify putting me in jail. Every officer that was on my case was a bold case. The neighbor across the street showed a ring camera, which proves that I did not do nothing wrong. That wasn't taken into account of place. And then I want everybody in Washtenaw County to know that my 17-year-old nephew was taken to jail because he told the police the truth. He told the police that I was shot at, and why didn't the other guy go to jail, and he was taken to jail with me. So,
Mr. Buckner, I don't mean to interrupt, but you hadn't said amen yet. You hadn't said amen in a while. I think you're just making a statement. You're not making a prayer anymore.
Praying to God.
Okay, so I'd like to
no understanding. I have no understanding of how.
So let me, Mr. Buckner.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me do my job and try to help you. Okay.
I apologize, Miss Tamara. Is that how I pronounce your name, Miss Tamara Garwood?
It's Tamara, and like not today, Tamara, but you can call me Your Honor, call me Magistrate. Okay, just let me do my job and we'll get you taken care of, okay?
First and foremost, I apologize, but the one thing I I told Miss Apple before I came in here. I said, Miss Apple, I said, I was already out. I just got released on tether for some issues with my girlfriend, right? And I get a charge on bond. The officer told me I was free to go and then said, oh, we're charging you for violating your bond. I'm charged for violating my bond for getting shot at. And I know that at the end of the day, you have a job to do, everybody have a job to do. But
Mr. Buckner, we can't get any of this done unless you let the magistrate speak. We have to take this one step at a time.
I'm sorry for being so excited. I'm sorry for being
I want to run it back, but I'm not. I'm just going to say this, and I'm not teasing the person. You know, there's a judge that talks just like this one. I'm not even going to say, because I like him.
a lot of anxiety. I just don't know what to do. I am lost, and that is the truth. I am lost, and I apologize.
Mr. Buckner, I get it, but let me do what I need to do
Yes,
and
ma'am.
get this
I'm
moving.
sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
It's okay. And hopefully we can get you some answers and figure out what's going on here, okay?
Yes,
You're here
ma'am.
today. You're here today on WCSD 25-18663. Tell me your full name for the record.
My name is Lawrence Edward Buckner Jr. I was born March 20th, 1980.
I'm going to give you just a little hint as you're going through your court cases. I know you have other cases, but just a hint to you. When a judge or a magistrate asks you a question, we try to ask you really specific questions because remember, anything you say can be used against you. So when I'm asking you questions, I'm going to ask specific questions and I'm just looking for specific answers. So no need to add, okay? I know you have a lot you want to say, but I'm not deciding whether you're guilty or innocent today. I'm just arraigning you, okay? So before we get too far into your case, just a little bit of housekeeping. Courthouse is closed to the public. The public has the right to hear and see what's happening here in the courtroom. So all of our cases are broadcast live on our YouTube channel. When we're done here today, it's going to come off of the court's YouTube channel. May end up on somebody else's, but it'll come off of our YouTube channel.
Wait a minute. Is she talking about me? Huh? And you know what? I wish because I did this live. I could have did it beforehand, but I just wanted to have some fun tonight. I could have threw a special edit in here that probably would have had us all in here laughing.
Next, we're doing this by Zoom. If something happens that you can't hear or see me, let me know right away. Otherwise, I assume our connection's working just fine. Next, the camera in this courtroom's in a weird spot, so it looks like I'm not looking at you. I am actually looking at you on a monitor so that I can actually see you. And last but not least, one of my biggest pet peeves in the whole wide world is when people interrupt me. So I try to be respectful and not interrupt other people, but I start to lose my cool when people interrupt me. So just be forewarned about that because I think you and I are going to have a little bit of an issue as we communicate here. So just please be mindful of that. With that, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, the court will refer you to the local appointing authority for them to make investigation as to representation. Ms. Apple will assist you today. The public defender's office will be in touch with you after today's court hearing. I've signed the paperwork so they can assist you. Because you've been charged with a felony, you do have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of today. You have the right to a preliminary examination within 21 days, and you have the right to a trial. Mr. Buckner, do you understand your rights that I have just explained to you?
No.
You don't understand?
Because I don't want to be here. I'm innocent.
That's a separate issue. Do you understand you have the right to have a lawyer represent you?
I do understand I have a right to have a lawyer.
And that's at no cost to you. You understand that? Okay. And do you understand that you have the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Thank you. And do you understand that you have the right to have a preliminary examination within 21 days? That's a mini trial where the prosecutor has to demonstrate to the court that it's likely that the crime was committed and that you committed the crime. And you also have the right to have a probable cause conference within 14 days. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
I think he said yes.
You can do it.
Yeah.
And do you understand you have the right to have a trial? And a trial by jury, if that's what you wish to do, or a trial by a judge?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, then we are going to proceed with appearances by counsel. We'll start with the people.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Your Honor, I did have a chance to review the complaint with Mr. Buckner. We would waive a formal reading of the complaint. My client would stand mute at this time, and I'd ask to address bond when appropriate.
Thank you. Mr. Buckner, I'm not going to go through the details of the complaint with you because you had a chance to review that information with Ms. Apple. You'll have more time to review what happened with the Public Defender's Office as your case proceeds. We'll have you stand mute. I'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule you for your next court date. The next court date that you can be seen is a probable cause conference, April 3rd at 9 a.m. with Judge Simpson at the 14A1 District Court. That's live and in person, not by Zoom. We will send you a notice to appear. Again, as I said, you're going to receive additional information from the Public Defender's Office. The next thing we need to address in this case is bond. And there are two parts to bond. Bond conditions, those are things the court tells you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you're subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today on your own, or whether you'd have to post a bond in order to be released. Before I make any decisions regarding bond or bond conditions, I'm going to hear from the people, and then I will hear from your counsel. And I just want you to know, we did hear testimony this morning regarding what allegedly took place on the day in question. I also have a copy of your pending cases. You have a couple pending cases right now. And I also have a copy of your criminal history. All of that's going to go into my evaluation. I'm going to hear from the people first, and then I'll hear from Ms. Apple on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I thank you for at least being open-minded enough, because I was scared when I told Ms. Apple.
Hold on, Mr. Buckner.
I'm gonna hear from counsel, and if there's something that Ms. Apple missed, which I highly doubt, then if you need to supplement it, we'll see about whether she wants you to supplement it. But she's a really great attorney, so let her do what she needs to do to help you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Childers.
Your Honor, the people are requesting a $20,000 surety bond, no 10% in this case. As the court is aware, the defendant was on bond for a stalking and domestic violence case, as well as a felon in possession and CCW case from, I believe it was, that incident date was close to Christmas, maybe the 24th of December. Those were both charged a few weeks ago by my office. My review of the defendant's criminal history is pretty remarkable. It appears to go back about 30 years. He did 10 years in prison, federal prison for weapons charges. It appears that when he was released, he committed some offenses in the state of Indiana. And then obviously we have the new conduct over the last few months here in Washtenaw County. The facts of this case are, it's not, the charge offense here is simply a malicious destruction of personal property, ramming a vehicle into damaging another vehicle. The people's biggest concern is that this behavior happened while the defendant was on bond for what I consider to be much more serious cases. And because of that, we believe that he certainly has a complete inability to follow orders of the court or conform himself to the norms of society. He represents a danger to the community and to others. And I would ask that he remain in custody while these cases are pending. I suspect without question that Judge Simpson will issue no bond bench warrants based on this behavior probably tomorrow on the cases pending before him.
Judge Simpson's not going to play, huh? And you see him holding that Bible up there like that meant something. He's been busy outside of Michigan. Yeah, he should have been praying a long time ago. Well, let's keep it going.
I just want to confirm, Mr. Childers, if you can tell. So I think I have 4 pending cases. I have an aggravated stalking with a DV. I have a weapons charge. I have a malicious destruction of personal property with Judge Washington. And I have a malicious use of telecommunications services with Judge Washington. And from these, it looks like he's actually posted a bond.
My understanding is he posted a bond on the case. So I actually didn't look at, I was focusing on the felonies.
Yeah.
And so on the ag stalking DV file and the weapons case, my understanding, and actually APA Zenda from our office is handling those, and she was Teams messaging me this morning that he had posted a bond on both of those files.
And it's sizable.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It was. And so that's normally a $20,000 bond on an MDOP. It's kind of high.
Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down.
And so, yeah, my concern is that we have this conduct while on bond, posted bond on serious matters.
Okay. Just so you know, Mr. Buckner.
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. One of the allegations here, the sort of general concept here, what the prosecutor's arguing is you have an inability to control yourself, to control your actions. I appreciate the jail is a really complicated place to be, and there's a lot of emotion going on, but I'm watching you and he's just making arguments. I haven't made any rulings yet. You got to sit still. You got to control your body here while this is happening.
Yes,
Otherwise, Mr. Buckner, you're just supporting
what he's saying,
right?
And
Hold up, Mr. Buckner.
Okay, I'm not asking for comment. I'm telling you, I appreciate the jail is not a great place to be and you want to get out. I get that. But if you can't sit still and act appropriately with me when you should be on your best behavior, even with what Mr. Childress is saying, you're just supporting his argument. You're making it really hard for yourself and Ms. Apple. So sit tight, let me hear from Ms. Apple, and then I'm going to decide what to do. Okay? Ms. Apple.
Thank you. Your Honor, I will inform the court that for housekeeping, as Mr. Childers did discuss, he does have a bond violation hearing that it appears he's set to be arraigned on tomorrow before Judge Simpson. So bond is denied on that case. However, Mr. Buckner would like the court to know, and as he has somewhat been trying to express to the court, that and I explained to Mr. Buckner, this will come out as the case proceeds, and if he has a self-defense claim of some kind, then we absolutely will assert that defense. But his concern is that these allegations came about after he was shot at by an individual in the community, and there appears to be several witnesses that saw this and different video footage. So he is frustrated at his circumstances, and that his life was put in danger, and he did what he thought was best and has subsequently been charged with a felony because of that.
All right, real quick, somebody just popped into the chat that I need to say something to. Ace Dryden, thanks for coming through. Appreciate seeing you. Come back again, okay? All right, y'all, let's keep it moving.
But again, I discussed with Mr. Buckner in our breakout room and meeting him, the process that we will have to go through and having those conversations and reviewing discovery. But based on that, I would ask the court to consider some type of a nominal bond on this case, so that he is receiving credit while he is potentially held on the other matter before Judge Simpson that he's going to be arraigned on tomorrow.
Silverlight, real quick, I thought about doing that, but I was like, well, it's half a TV. I said, let me just let it go because I knew I was going to do it live. But I was very tempted to do that. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Thank you. My guess is Judge Simpson's going to be the bigger problem in this case than me. And he's probably going to take no matter what I do, his action's probably going to be more aggressive than my action here. Mr. Sutton lives approximately across the street. Is that right, Mr. Childers?
So the address in my file for Mr. Sutton was in Detroit, but I believe that it might be like a girlfriend or something that lives in the vicinity of Mr. Buckner, and that's why
his cousin.
That address.
That's his family member's house.
There you go.
Do you have an address for that, where that Jeep was parked?
Where my Jeep was parked? My Jeep was
Hold
parked.
on, Mr. Buckner.
Oh, no, where the Cadillac was parked. Do you have that address, Mr. Childers?
One moment, Your Honor.
One more announcement. Sovereign Citizen Chronicles, that's another channel. Popped in the chat, said what's up. Y'all can check them out if you want to. You got some content on there. Rebecca, how you doing? I see you made it in here tonight, so I'm glad to see you tonight. Well, on text anyway. I don't know if you're here by special appearance. I don't know. You gotta let me know. You know, all caps. You gotta let me know. But all right, let's go back to Mr. Prayer Guy right here. I don't know what he pointing at.
I think it was 720.
Oh, just let Mr. Childers find it, okay? I appreciate you trying to be helpful.
Yeah, 720.
720.
720 Fox.
Thank you.
Miss Apple. Thank y'all for your help, man. May God bless all y'all. Thank you.
They not paying him no mind.
We're not done yet, Mr. Buckner.
I'm figuring out your conditions. I just have to type them into the computer, so just hang tight.
He trying to get out of there. And it's only like this little dead space because he's doing like little stuff. Because I never have dead space in videos. I don't like doing that.
It's okay. God, you know the truth. And whatever reason you want me to say.
All right, Mr. Buckner, are you ready or do you need to finish your prayer?
Father God, please just help me. Please give Judge Tamara Good the spiritual side to see what happened. Please don't let the devil block her vision. Allow her to see with the spirit.
That was a rhetorical question.
I don't even know why she opened that can of worms. I forgot about this part. He went right into it, no hesitation. He wasn't thinking about praying.
All right. I'm going to go through your bond conditions and then I will tell you your bond. Your bond conditions are not in any particular order, just the order on the form I'm going to read from. It's important that you understand those bond conditions so you can comply with those bond conditions. They're as follows. You're not to use, purchase, or possess any alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Yes, I do.
Mm.
So I'm able to allow to use marijuana because I actually have been a medical marijuana participant for years.
Did you see how he just came out of that cry? I'm sorry, y'all. It's just stuff that I'm seeing, and I know it's funny to you guys because y'all got me laughing over in the chat. But he was like all upset as soon as she said that marijuana card. Oh yeah, I have one of those.
Okay, it was just.
But I don't drink.
What?
I don't
Yeah.
drink.
Mr. Buckner, just a yes or no question.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got shot in my head, so please, just some months ago, I'm suffering from a gunshot from the head. So just please keep that in mind. That's why my emotional, I got shot in my head. I got shot 9 times on Father's Day. And everybody, like when I keep saying this all these current stuff stems from me not cooperating or me getting shot. And nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear my voice. And it's okay. I died twice in my little brother's arms. On June 18th, 2024, I was shot 9 times and 1 time in the head, allegedly by Ronell Johnson. And I told the police I didn't want to have nothing to do with the case. They keep coming to my house telling me, hey, you need to participate in this case. And then the last time Deputy Caruso came to my house, and that's why I'm glad this is on record, he said, Mr. Buckner, who did this to you? The very next day, I was charged with domestic violence, stalking, and all these other charges. This is what the prosecutor, Mr. C. Andrews, I want to say to you, I understand that I have had an extensive record throughout my life. However, if you look at the time frame from the things that I got in Indiana, you know why I went to Indiana. I went to Indiana because of my wife and I got a divorce, okay? That was a very messy divorce.
Mr. Buckner, I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm going to stop you. You have this pending DV case. You're involved in other cases. You're making all of these statements. Ms. Apple is probably, I can't imagine what her feet are doing under her desk right now. You're
I don't
creating
understand
a
how I'm
record. Honestly, you're creating a record that is not helpful so that she can do her job and so that all the other attorneys in her office can do their job to help you.
I want to answer Kevin's question that he had up there. I left it up there for a minute. It's just part of the script, Kevin. I don't know what it's supposed to mean about the blood flows. They're trying to show that they are the living man, which it makes no sense, but they use that part of the script, I guess, to have some extra in there. Who knows?
So don't be your own worst enemy. Again, there's no question on the table right now. And you just keep talking. You're not helping yourself. You're again demonstrating to me that you can't control yourself for whatever reason, whether it's because you got shot or because you just have impulse control issues. So stop talking. Let me do what I need to do. The original question was, do you have a medical marijuana card? You answered it, yes. That's done. We're moving on to the next topic. Do you understand that? Yes, that's a yes or a no. Yes, you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You're not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. You're not to commit any crimes while your case is pending. You must appear for any and all court hearings in other places as directed by the court. Do not commit any crimes. You are not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. You're not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, dangerous weapons, or any gun components, nor are you to be with anyone who has any of those items. You are going to have random drug and alcohol testing with our community corrections department. If you're already doing that testing, it won't be duplicative, but you will have to appear for an intake with them. That'll be what we refer to as standard supervision, and you'll have to present them with your medical marijuana card. Do you understand that so far?
Yes, Ms. Gatewood.
Garwood.
I'm so sorry. Ms. Garwood, I apologize. Judge Garwood, I apologize.
No worries. You are to have no contact with Billy Sutton. In addition,
Billy Sutton, AKA Dollar Bill.
Stop.
Yes.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Billy Sutton.
You are to have no
real name.
Stop talking. You are to have no contact with Billy Sutton. When I say no contact, no direct or indirect contact with that individual in person or through others. Don't attempt to have contact with him. No telephone, email, texting, internet, or social media. Don't send anything to him. Don't deliver anything to him. Don't direct anyone else to be in touch with him on your behalf. I also don't want you going to 720 Fox Ave. You have to drive the other way on the street. I don't want you having any contact with anyone who resides at that house. I don't want you having any contact with anyone who's visiting that house. I don't want you going to Billy Sutton's home, work, any school, any place of worship that he may attend, or any temporary residence. Do you understand? That requires an answer, a yes or a no.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All of your conditions, they are going to exist whether you're in custody or out of custody. They remain in full force and effect until changed by the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. As far as bond is concerned, it is clear to me that a lot more took place, and the testimony we heard from the sheriff's deputy had a lot of other people involved and had a lot of other activity that was going on. I would anticipate, based upon what I heard from that deputy, that other charges are coming for other people, not just from you or for that particular event. But what I have in front of me gives me cause to have concern for the safety of the community. It gives me cause to have concern whether you have an ability to control yourself and whether you have the ability to follow court orders. Based upon those, you haven't, and you have a bond violation hearing tomorrow with Judge Simpson because of that. So
Ms.
based
Garwood,
upon that
in the name of
information,
Jesus Christ, Ms. Garwood, in the name of Jesus.
I'm talking.
Mr. Buckner,
I'm still talking. Remember, I don't interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. That was the deal we made at the beginning. I'm setting a cash bond, $20,000, cash or surety, no 10% privilege. I believe that that is appropriate. Somebody could have been really hurt, so.
Right, like me getting shot in the head. And let me tell you something, Judge, since you already set the bond, in the name of Jesus
Mr.
Christ,
Buckner, please.
in the name of Jesus
Encourage
Christ.
you not to speak about any
The
kind of,
bond,
let me
Hey,
tell
Miss
you
Apple, do you
something
see
off
what
in
just
this
happened to me, Miss
correct.
Apple? How, like, she just said that a police officer just came in there, gave her a testimony. She said that she worried about me being a threat to society when I got shot at. How am
Mr.
I a
Buckner,
threat
the
to
bond
society?
has been set.
Apparently
The
you
bond
did
has
not
been
hear the
set.
statement I made right before that. The bond has been set. Counsel, Ms. Apple, anything further in this matter?
No, thank
Hey,
you.
hey, Miss
Mr.
Apple, man,
Childers,
what
anything? I'm
actually
gonna have to
happened?
mute you.
She gave me a 20.
I'm gonna have to mute you.
He's muted again. And I guess he forgot about all the charges she read off from Michigan and all the other fun he's been having in other places.
You've been muted. We can't hear you. Mr. Childers, anything further in this matter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right.
Please do me a favor. Do not stop looking at the screen. Okay? You're about to see something. Don't stop looking.
All right. Thank you. You are muted. I'm not going to hear from you if you're yelling at me. If you have a question, I'm happy to answer a question, but I'm not going to have you yell at me. I'm not going to have you threaten me. I'll unmute you if you have a question. You're still muted. I'll unmute you if it's a question, but I'm not going to have
Your
you
Honor,
yell at
I
me.
would, on behalf of my client, I would probably
Okay.
ask that we
Ms.
just conclude this
Apple
hearing.
is fine
We'll
with
talk
us
with-
leaving you muted. That'll complete this hearing. We'll let the jail know that he's done.
We'll talk with him tomorrow too, so.
Okay,
if he
sir,
has
you're all
anything-
set. We're not going to have more comments from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you let the jail staff know to move him? Oh, he's going to move himself.
I think he just gave the court the finger.
And I'm a pretty good lip reader. And
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty
looked like an
sure
expert.
the last comment started with an F and a Y. We can let the record reflect that.
Okay. That was funny. That's why I was like, I did not want you to miss this, even though you could have went back later and checked it out. But whew, that guy, so he went from so nice and respectful right back to his old self. So he showed all this, the not having self-control. He showed all of it. He showed his true self. All that Bible stuff is just a prop. So now we're going to the next hearing. So yes, he did drop the F-bombs, Aqua Queen, because I just looked at what you said. So this is what happened. And I know this is going to be a letdown because it was for me, but it's still not bad. Judge Simpson wasn't able to hear his case, I guess, because something else was on the docket. So he got moved to another court. And you'll see that in a second. But same props, same thing. Because, if he goes to Judge Simpson's court with this nonsense, oh, yeah, Mr. Allen would have had some fun with him because everybody loves Mr. Allen. Okay, let's go on to this next one.
Attorney Dadouche, do
Yes,
you
sir.
have a violation for Mr. Buckner? Because I did not receive a copy.
I do not. I do not
Okay.
have one. I just looked at JIS and found that there he was charged with something else and assumed that that was the violation.
Okay. I don't believe I have any documentation. Give me just a moment. Sorry, Mr. Buckner.
Oh, I apologize, Magistrate Hillary Brayley.
You can, I think she's just trying to find the documentation.
There he is reading the Bible now.
Okay, so Mr. Buckner, unfortunately, I don't have any of the paperwork that I need to actually be able to arraign you on the bond violations, so I can't arraign you this morning or this afternoon. Okay,
You know what, ma'am? Normally I would, but I'm gonna look at this as a sign from God in my understanding. And I thank you for having the patience to see me at this time. And I understand that you don't have the paperwork. And I hope and pray that when I do see you next, and that the God of the universe will vindicate me. And it will also give you time to look into the mitigating factors of my so-called violation. And
Yeah, I see a lot of disappointment in the comments because I was too. I was waiting on him to pop in Judge Simpson's court, and then I checked. I was like, he's in Magistrate Braley's court. But yeah, Judge Simpson has something going on, so I don't know if he's gonna make it over there or not. But he's definitely coming back to Judge Washington's court, so he's gonna be busy for a while because there's a lot of stuff going on with him. I just want to see the other sovereign citizen side of him come out, which I know it will.
I appreciate you. I was looking to come in here to get some type of, but the whole theme of today has been patience. And Mrs. Karma Dadush, she came to me. I didn't know what I was being arraigned on, and they said the bond violation. And I want to wholeheartedly apologize to the entire, Washington prosecutor office, and you as well, Mrs. Magistrate Hillary, for me being in front of you. And I hope and pray that the next time I see you, that you will please look at the report very carefully, and in regards to making your decision. I got out on bond, and
well, okay, so sir, I'm just, and I appreciate that you want to talk about the circumstances of what happened, but I haven't actually called your cases, okay, because I don't have what I need to do anything for you.
where is it?
Okay. I am not sure. My understanding is that we reached out to the prosecutor's office and I don't have the paperwork yet. So that is something that I'm sure the public defender's office will be looking into, presumably Attorney Dadush. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So we will get your arraignment handled as soon as we can, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do for right now. So I am going to ask that you go to the door, please, and let the officer know.
I will do that, sir. And thank you, Ms. Dadush. And I'm glad all this is on YouTube or whatever, so all my family members know that I was shot at.
I wouldn't talk about what happened, Mr. Buckner. You'll have an opportunity to do that at your hearing, okay?
All right. And God will vindicate me. The God of the universe is chastising me for not walking in his laws and statutes up to my spirituality. And this happens when you can't play sides of fence with God. When you have knowledge of God, it's either you're going to be on God's side or the other side. There's no walking. And the reason I'm here today is because I did not wholeheartedly walk with God. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. We'll contact you before your next arraignment.
Hey, I got a question real quick. Does he look like a singer that was around a long time ago? Can anybody guess this in the comments? Because somebody was telling me like, hey, he looks like this person that used to sing. See if you can guess it. He's on his way out. There it is. Somebody say he looked like a broke version of him. Oh boy. Oh my God. He says it Taylor Swift. If you wanted to be. Yeah, I had a good time with y'all tonight. And this guy, I'm gonna stay on it because he has several hearings coming up. Because he had the DV case going on, this destruction, the firearms. He got a few days coming up here. But thank everyone for showing up. If you didn't get to hit the like button, if you don't mind, can you hit it before you leave? I think it's something about you had to leave the chat or something. And then you got the reactions in the chat if y'all want to throw some of those up. It just helps the channel out for engagement. And I appreciate everyone that's here tonight. I really, really had a good time with y'all. I appreciate all of the subscribers that subscribe to the channel, the members that are in the memberships. Aqua Queen for always having my back in this chat. She's always pushing to get more likes, and I appreciate that. She always looks out for me. And everybody else that come in and tell jokes and stuff like that. I have a good time with y'all every time I have a live. So I was like, how many people will I get in here on a Tuesday night? Because I wasn't sure. I normally do them on the weekends, kind of late. I was like, well, let me switch this up because I really wanted to get this out before it was too late. Hey, James, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's fun being with you too, man. That's right. All caps. That's right. All caps, huh? Not the lowercase. I'm all caps tonight. Guilty. Now I'm just kind of checking things out. Make sure I shout out people that's saying stuff before we get off of here. I don't know how many people got to work tomorrow, whatever. You welcome, Harry. Appreciate you coming in, telling them jokes. Just trying to look back. I can't get everybody, but I'm trying to get most of y'all. Like I said, I did do a blanket to everybody that come on the channel. But I will say this: since y'all been watching my videos, sometimes I'll throw myself in on the TV or on a computer monitor on the last one that I did. But I think I'm gonna start doing little stuff here with y'all, maybe on lives, maybe on regular videos. I'm gonna see to kind of get a little thing going with us. See if y'all can find my little Easter eggs I have laying around. Because people be finding it. Some people see it late, but yeah, I just like doing something different so that everybody could just be like, oh, here he is again. So now y'all looking for where I'm going to put something or put myself anyway. So I see that, Alton. Oh, yeah, corporation. Yeah. Oh, okay, Silver Light. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, if you choose to. That's your special appearance for me, okay? Thanks, Deborah. Appreciate that. You always in the comments a lot too. Okay, I see that. Yeah, I know y'all be getting off here in a minute. Hey, Hope. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, everybody have a good day, even tonight. Appreciate the people that's jumping on here from cruises in the middle of the night. That means a lot. So I feel like they're special, and all of y'all are special. Okay, see ya.